Ooh, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Darku, and in this video I'll be helping you with the new Banette raid that has dropped for the Halloween event of 2024. One of the key things to note about this raid fight is that Alpha Banette is actually weak to Ghost and Dark type moves, and that it has 3 actions per turn. So it will have 2 adds with it, usually something like an Absol, or a Hydreigon, or a Krogunk, etc. And they will have 1 move each. However, the Alpha Banette as a raid boss will have 3 moves it can throw at you during a turn. Its moveset is Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, and Thunderbolt. So the summons are random. They can be something like a Toxicroak, a Venomoth, Hydreigon, etc. These summons are mainly for coverage for the Alpha Banette, as in bug fighting to counter your Dark type Pokemon. So during the raids, obviously they get free moves off, as in like not only do they throw moves at you, they actually get free moves like at the start of the fight and at like 50% of the fight, etc. like that. So first off to note is that when you start the fight, it actually gets Cotton Guard at 100% HP, which gives it free defense. When it's at 80% HP, it'll use Calm Mind. At 65% HP, it'll use Imprison, which will obviously prevent you from using moves that it has, aka Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse and Thunderbolt. At 50% HP, it'll actually eat its own Citrus Berry, which is what it holds on it, and will heal 25% of its own HP. And at 25% HP, it'll unlock a Flurry attack, which actually gives priority to all of the moves that Banette will use. So there you go, that's all the things that the Alpha Raid Boss of Banette will actually use against you. Now let's talk about strats that you can use in your own fights, and I'll even show demonstrations of us doing it as a team. So before we begin, I just want to give a massive shout out to my friend Yu. You've been a massive help for me. Obviously I've been very busy doing the Wisp guides and everything like that. So Yu's actually been behind the scenes looking at these raid bosses and putting some strats together, which has been a massive help, so thank you Yu. So let's talk about the very first strat, of course, on the first turn. Usually, when these raids come out, Tailwind is the go-to, but this is absolutely not needed for this one. We will be going over that now. So for instance, when you start the fight, don't forget the free move that it gets off is the 100% Cotton Guard. So as soon as you start the fight, that Alpha Banette is going to use Cotton Guard and get massive defense. So one thing to really counter this is a fast Pokemon or even like a prankster Pokemon, etc. with the move of Haze, which will remove all status effects from the field. So as soon as you start the game and you use Haze, it will remove that 3+ defense that it has. And if you even get intimidated, etc. at the start of the match, you'll also reset that -1 attack from the Intimidate. So this will allow physical Pokemon to do way more damage. And the only real big counter on the extra free moves that it gets off is the 50% HP Citrus Berry. So you can use moves like Trick, or Knock Off, etc. or even Incinerate to burn that item off of that Pokemon. Or once again, like Trick will actually switch the items, so you could try and trick something like a Poison Orb over to the Alpha Banette to poison the Banette instead, and you get the Citrus Berry. So these are really good strats for when it's at 50% HP, so it doesn't eat that Citrus Berry and get its 25% HP back. You need to either get rid of that item or trade it with it, etc. Another thing to note during this, obviously you've got some flying mons like Hydreigon or Venomoth that it'll use, so you can't hit it with ground moves, but obviously stuff like Earthquake happens to be really good here to clear the extra adds. As previously, the Galvantula raid that had the 2 adds that had the permanent protect, that is not the case for this raid fight. They don't have permanent protect, so you can in fact kill them. So now let's talk about some of the Pokemon and why you should use them and what kind of moves are good. So for instance, I like using Cottony as it has Prankster ability, which makes it go first if you're using status moves, and you can use all kinds of things like Tailwind, etc. And it even learns the move Knock Off, which, as we said previously, you want to get that berry off of that Pokemon. Knock Off isn't the best thing, and Cottony isn't the best thing to use it either, but it is still a really good move and knock off the berry. Crobat is a great Pokemon here as it's very fast and it can get Haze off as well, and it's a little bit of a utility Pokemon, quite tanky, and in fact if you put Focus Sash on it, it can tank 2 Thunderbolts. Ice Guard's really good here as it has Tailwind, it has Knock Off, and it has Earthquake for example, which can be really good for killing the ads as well. Spiritomb, another great pick. If you're going like last, you can use something like Payback if it's taken out your previous Pokemon. It can also learn stuff like Sucker Punch, which is really strong. Honchkrow, another perfect pick. You got Sucker Punch with it, Tailwind with it, and much more. Tyranitar, great pick. You got Earthquake, you've got something like Assurance and Crunch to lower its defense as well, perfect for this. One mon that you'll see loads of people probably using is the Hydreigon, as it's really tanky and has that longevity as well as great damage. One of the unique Pokemon that I saw was actually Scraggy, which had the move Beat Up, which obviously uses all your Pokemon to use like Dark type Beat Up thing, which is absolutely fantastic, and it does well. Let's not forget the Alpha Banette actually has the ability of Cursed Body, so the more times you hit it, it has about a 30% chance of cursing your move, so you won't be able to use it again. And Beat Up hits like 6 times, so you're chancing that 30% every single time, so you're pretty much guaranteed to lose that move as soon as you use it. Other unique things I've seen used is obviously like Gengar and Absol for the exact same reason, Sucker Punch and stuff like that, great moves. So there you go, some great Pokemon with utility and amazing damage as well. So it's up to you what you want to use. Obviously I'm going to throw up 4 different scenarios on the screen now, and you can watch how these battles went. Only one of them is going to have audio, obviously otherwise it'll be really confusing, but I'll let you watch and see all the different sort of circumstances that we've been through. We played as a team in some of them, and I've played with randoms on some of them as well. So I hope you enjoy the 4 screens that are going on. I hope this was really helpful for you and your friends, so that you may also do it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the video, guys. See ya!